Okay.
Hi! We're baking cookies today. Today I just popped in some chocolate chip cookies into the oven, but now we're going to be baking oatmeal raisin. Now to make oatmeal raisin, you pretty much use the same amount of butter and sugar as chocolate chip cookies. It's really not healthier, but you add oats to it and also raisins, so you feel like you're eating something healthy. Delicious. So first we need 1.5 cups of flour. First I need to do some dishes, and then I'm going to add 1.5 cups of flour. I don't know, blah blah blah. I need a bowl that's dry. So it's going to take me a second to actually clean out this bowl and wash it. Help me.
I already tasted the dough, the raw dough, and it's amazing.
We did eat the raw dough. It was good. That's the best part of baking cookies. You get to eat the raw dough. I decided to bake cookies for my boyfriend and also for Mimi, my favorite neighbor, and my other neighbor, Gretchen, who is not feeling very well, and I don't know, whoever else wants cookies. I'm baking tons of cookies. It's like a cookie mania tonight. It's gonna be great. Today I'm like, should I do laundry or should I bake? I'm gonna bake something, and that's much more interesting than laundry. So, I need the flour. I found the flour. Mimi is my assistant. She's a very good assistant, even though she says she cannot bake. I don't
All
believe
I'm
that.
doing is sitting on the couch and eating, but best assisting ever.
She's waiting to reap the benefits. Just waiting for the cookies to be done. So all-purpose flours. Flowers. I'm gonna add flowers to it. Tulips and daisies. It's important to use the right kind of measuring cup when you are baking. You need to actually have a measuring cup that you can level off. So when you use dry substances like flour or baking powder, you need to have something you can level off. When you're using liquids, you should always have something like this that you can pour and measure. It's very important to have the right type of measuring tool when you are baking. Can lead to terrible baked goods. And you do not want terrible baked goods. If I mess up these cookies, I'm gonna blame Mimi. She's gonna
I'll eat them. Maybe that's my secret plan, to make you mess them up.
So you eat them all?
Yeah.
Delicious. I'm a fan of Rumford aluminum-free baking powder. I liked the aluminum kind for a while, but then once I tried the aluminum-free, it was much better.
Oh, I went to the reenactment yesterday. It was quite
Did
a
you?
battle. Yeah.
So you saw the guys with the fake gunpowder and stuff?
Yeah.
Well,
They're like little boys.
oh yeah, they're so cute. Oh my gosh. I love the reenactment. I used to lie to my parents and say that I was going to the reenactment at like 5 a.m. because it starts really early in the morning. At like 3 in the morning. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the reenactment, and I really would just camp out with my boyfriend. Mom, I hope you're not watching this. And beat the butter and sugar together in a large bowl using an electric mixer. Thank God I have my KitchenAid mixer. One of my favorite birthday presents ever. I've used it so many times in my life, and I absolutely love it. I highly recommend it to anyone who is ever interested in baking or making bread. Whipping some magic up in the kitchen. This is sounding a little bit cheesy. Soon you'll have some magic in the kitchen. Once you get the sugar going, everything starts to taste really sweet. But holding it like you're stabbing somebody, and then pulling it forward like it's a very easy way to use your muscles more productively. And with something as thick as chocolate chip cookies, it is very hard to stir. So I recommend stirring it like that. Okay, so I have butter, and you should always have butter exactly the way the recipe says. So if it's softened, it's softened. If it's melted, it's melted. You can't change what the butter is. The butter is the most important part. It pretty much says how chewy and delicious the cookies will come out.
So the butter is the glue of the whole recipe?
The butter is key. The butter is the glue that holds the recipe together. 2 sticks of butter. Oh my god, really? Yep. 2 sticks of unsalted butter. I like keep telling you rules that I keep breaking. I'm like, you should always do this, except I'm not going to. But I like baking. I have baked many things in my life. Can't remember any of them right now. And the chocolate chip cookies just came out of the oven. I almost burnt them, but luckily Mimi was here to remind me that they needed to come out of the oven. I believe that these will be a little bit burnt. These look great. So, I don't know how I'm going to make something that I don't really like, but my boyfriend likes oatmeal raisin, and a lot of people prefer oatmeal raisin over chocolate chip, so I wanted to give people a choice. So that is what's going on right now. We're making oatmeal raisin cookies. Now all I need to do is add oats and raisins and flour. So I don't really believe this is mixed enough. Sometimes you just should use your instincts when it comes to cooking. Even if you follow a recipe perfectly, sometimes it's important just to use your instincts. If you don't love what you're making, then it'll come out terrible. You have to put love into it. Oatmeal raisin cookies. I hate oatmeal raisin cookies because you always think it's a chocolate chip cookie. You always pick it up and you're like, ooh, chocolate chip, and you bite into it, you're like, oh, it's raisin. It's like the biggest letdown of all baking history. I have golden raisins, and I also have the regular red raisins. And I also probably need to add oats to this thing, don't I? I'm going to use something special. Instead of just regular oats, I'm going to use 5-grain cereal. So it's going to be 5-grain cookies. It's going to have oats, rye, triticale, barley, and golden flax. So with all that golden flax and barley and it's going to be very healthy. It's 5 different types of oats and deliciousness. Who cares? Eh, they're my cookies. I can do whatever I want. Ah! Unless the cookies fight back. 1.5 cups of raisins. Never use your teeth. I'm just gonna eyeball it out because I'm getting sick of measuring stuff. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So these cookies are going to be very earthy. Come on. Okay. Ah! You can tell that, it's going to be a good cookie. It's going to have enough fruit in it that will counteract all the annoying oats and barley and... What is this? Triticale? Triticale? I don't know. It's a type of grain that's in this cookie now. Look like my dad's earth cookies. He used to make earth cookies, and when he would make earth cookies, my brothers and I would run and hide. The cookies would be so terrible. They'd be mostly molasses and barley, and it was just terrible. They were rock hard and disgusting. It was like the one way to get all of the kids away from the kitchen would be to make earth cookies. I'm going to make some room for myself. Just throw things around my apartment. These cookies are great. I'm so excited. And I have just enough milk for Mimi and I to have some chocolate chip cookies when they cool down a little bit. And always put about 2.5 inches space between the cookies and the other cookies and the walls of the baking sheet, because you don't want cookie fusion. The cookies will fall in love and they'll all get squished together and it'll be a big mess. That way I can give everybody a huge amount of cookies. And not just here's 3 for you and 2 for you. I don't like you as much as the other person, so here's 2 for you. They're just balls of oats and dried fruit. They look so healthy, it's sickening. Baking should be about chocolate and sugar and butter, not oats and starlight and happiness and health. Baking should be French. Au revoir.